Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jocelyn Lovely. Today's readings are for my Leos. If you guys resonate with the reading, like, share, and subscribe. Comment on the chat box. Let me know what you're struggling with, what you're going through. I'm getting a lot of messages here of people really just trying to activate all areas of self. And the thing is, the only reason this has actually happened is because you've done enough healing that now you're near a portal. And the portal's here. And I feel like there are days where you're in the portal, and then there's days where you take yourself out of the portal, right? It's always the level of consciousness you're willing to face, depending on your mood, right? So, as trying to be a master here, the only way to fully integrate would be to heal as much as possible, as quickly as possible. That's up for debate, right? But knowing you guys love that challenge, so I could see that being a possibility for you guys. Right? We start with the Queen of Wands again. This usually is a portal, but the thing about this portal, let's look at it as a mirror. You're looking at a mirror of self-reflection here, right? Because that's all the portal is. In order for you to be able to get through there, you have to cast the light on all aspects. Are you light enough to go through? Light, the heart has to be as light as a feather, or as light as possible, in order for you to get through. So you're looking through this mirror and you realize, okay, there's still some gunkiness here. There's still some things that need to be healed, right? Because you get the Three of Pentacles here. It's a beautiful card, right? There's a lot of activation going on. There's a lot of change, fast movement. But if you look in the middle, there's a lot of attachment cords, a lot of ickiness, sadness, gunk, right? But it's mostly relating to like maybe the way you see yourself in relationships, whether that's friendships or any type of platonic, anything like that, right? You in general, you're seeing this as, maybe I'm talking to somebody who's been in codependency type of relationships, or you've been more lenient on those type of relationships, that now it just doesn't serve you anymore. And I think you realize that, so you staying isolated, kind of taking your time to heal, process that, and actually ask yourself, is this really what you want to keep engaging in, right? Because if you do, that's fine, you can stay where you're at. But I think a part of you really wants to move forward and experience a new type of relationship, not only with yourself, but a new type of relationship that you can have with others that isn't necessarily on a codependent based level. I hope I'm making sense here. It's funny because you go from that Three of Pentacles, right? You have the 10. Like I said, it's like you know that what you have at this point, it just isn't enough. It's cute, it's nice, but it's like when you get to the heart and what it really wants, it doesn't want this old way of being in relationships. It wants this. You want a more free-flowing, beautiful, abundant, confident, enlightening, free. What is that word? Interdependent, right? Free, loving, open relationships with you, with source, with everyone. Now, if you look down here, there's still gunkiness, there's still pain, there's still darkness, there's still all aspects of you that are going to need to be healed at every level. But look at the difference between this one and this one, right? There's just so much more expansion here. The star really gets to shine here with all of this fluffiness and love, and just the bounciness, the light, the feathery feeling of feeling like you're light again. You can start over again. You can be optimistic again, right? Even with the colors. It's like you can play again, right? So that's what you see, or that's something that you maybe have been envisioning when you're sitting there healing. And it's just becoming more of a reality you want to touch base in, right? Because again, you're going from the Three of Pentacles, which is activating, really getting to the nitty gritty, to this is the type of lifestyle you're going to have to get into. This is the type of way you're going to have to start living. The Ten of Pentacles is embracing all the pain and healing it so that you can walk around with all of this love. Not only for self, but love for freedom. You get strength here. So, again, it's really about... Oh, sorry, this one's a lot. It's like when you really sit with yourself and no one's around you, not one soul. It's just you, right? You sit there and you say, I'm not happy. I'm not happy where I'm at. I'm not happy settling for less. I'm not happy with being around people that don't reflect what I want. And the only reason these people reflect what I don't want is because I'm not, sorry to say this, but I'm not actively pursuing that Ten of Pentacles lifestyle. And if you are, it's all about patience, right? Because strength is adapting to whatever comes your way. Maybe this season is all about really expanding yourself, reinventing yourself, growing within yourself, right? Not just the healing part of it, but it's really getting to know who you are at the core base level and knowing that you have the strength to do this alone. And that's real love. Have the strength to literally walk alone if you need to, because you want to find people that reflect this independence, which is a complete opposite of codependence, right? Which you've been here. If it was meant to bring you happiness, it would have already, but it didn't. So you see that and you're like, you know what? I think it's really time for me to start reconsidering other possibilities. That maybe I've been looking at this the wrong way my whole life. Maybe I've been too dependent, or people have been too dependent on me. When really my heart just wants to fly. I want to be free. And I want to be around people, again, that when I'm around them, not only is it that they understand me, but it's like they have the same values when it comes to respect, boundaries, support, and inner nurturing that you have. I hope I'm making sense. Now, just because this is something that you look forward to, right? Let's be honest. This is always us diligently going forward towards what we know is best for us. But just because we're leaving an old way of being in the 3D to move forward to the 5D doesn't mean there aren't other aspects of us that feel sad. There's this sadness that you feel. Like, for example, with this one, it just feels like somebody lamenting over everything they had to sacrifice just to get to where they're at. And they ended up with nothing. Maybe you got married all just to end up getting divorced because it wasn't even the right person. And you did it all late, right? Wanting kids, you wanted to get engaged, you wanted this, you wanted that. And it didn't happen because that person didn't really reflect the values you felt within yourself. And so you cut it off. You could have stayed. Sorry. I'm feeling like, give me 1 second. You could have stayed. I am so sorry. I don't know why, I just felt like I couldn't talk anymore. Oh, this is hitting somebody here. Okay. You could have stayed. But you knew that if you did, you'd be selling your soul. And like I said, you're at a point where you're just like, you just can't do that anymore. I don't know, maybe that last tower that came by to everybody, the whole collective got that tower, by the way, to in order to redirect them towards the path they're supposed to go. And I feel like that tower brought some truths onto people that they were not willing to accept for a very long time. But this last one was so painful that you had no other choice but to see the truth for what it really was. And the truth was that you didn't belong in that relationship. You didn't belong. You didn't need to have kids with those people. You had to start over. You didn't get the promotion you wanted. Right? Like, you lost all of that. To you, you see it as loss, right? Because you have to walk away from something that was actually really cute and fun and fulfilling, and it was like something that took the edge off, right? It was fun. You can get distracted by this, but it wasn't your 10 of cups. It's the 6 of cups. Right? So it's like knowing that you had all of this, and it's like a kid going back to school, right? Labor Day weekend. You get that solemn, that really sad feeling inside of, man, now I have to go back to work. This was fun. Summer break was fun, but now I have to really focus on the things that are going to long-term make me happy. Going to be long-term great investments for myself. You get the 6 of Wands, which is exactly what I'm saying. It's like, you know it's time. There's no way around it. But even though this person is clearly, you have spirit, the white energy, there's spirit behind this freaking wand. This energy, this power. If it's not you getting it, you're getting it from source, right? But even with all this wand energy, there's so much darkness around you. Darkness, codependent, addicting energy that keeps trying to pull you back into your 3D dimension, right? Into what you used to do, what used to be attached to, bonded to. But it's like you don't care. It's like, you know, you have to get out of there. So higher self is helping you light the way and pave the way for you to move forward, walking away because you know you don't belong there anymore. Maybe at one point you did, but it's like, hey, you learned all the lessons you needed to. Why? It's like you'd be wasting your time going back. You could, but it's the same shit. Different people, same lesson. At the end of the day, you're going to have to get redirected again with another tower just to get the same lesson. And then you'd have to go through the same process all over again. So you might as well just sit there and cry and heal and stay to yourself, focusing on whatever purpose you have going for you. Anyways, we move on to the Fool, right? Look at this person. Really getting this light shed on you. And it hurts. This light was blinding you. It's really getting to you because you're seeing so much of yourself. So much of your potential, so much of what holds you back, or maybe how you hold yourself back. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing yourself being imprisoned. Like, maybe this tower had you seeing yourself literally bonded to people that didn't even belong with you. They don't belong with you. They don't understand you. And it's like, when you saw that, it's like it was too painful to admit. But you still allowed that. I mean, you could say you allowed it or it was forced upon you. The light was shown to you. And it's funny because, yes, although the light was shown to you, you have this Queen of Pentacles energy that you just know. It's like your higher aspects knowing that this is the path for you. And they assure you constantly, daily even, that this is where you need to be. And they're sending you nothing but fiery, loving, warm energy, passion, drive, so that you can push forward, because it is a difficult thing to do. What you're doing is very difficult. People don't leave their addictions. People don't leave codependency. It's so comfortable. Why leave when you can have it all there? You're gonna be 80% happy, right? Maybe we're not all meant to have the 100. But yet you still keep hearing. You keep hearing your guide, source, something calling you, letting you know there's a better way. There's something out here that's meant for you and just for you. And we're going to keep pushing you. We're going to keep calling you. We're going to keep nudging you until you heed the call. That's just how it works. Ooh, that was harsh. That was harsh. I don't know who needed that, but that was that was a lot. So, my beautiful Leos, I feel like if you are struggling with any addiction, any just letting go of anything really, right? It's okay. Literally, I think the whole collective is dealing with some type of addiction. So you're right on time. I think everybody's getting a nudge right now to keep pushing forward. Because right now, I think the world is working triple time to get people into more addicting patterns, into more limiting beliefs. I feel like your 3D physical realm really wants to keep you stuck where you're at because it wants you to not want better, because it's easier to keep you trapped there. But it's like once you saw those shackles, you know, you don't belong there. You don't belong to the devil. You belong to yourself. You belong to your guides. You belong to the purpose. So, and it doesn't even matter. You can go back. You could, but they're always going to follow you. They're on you. They're going to keep bothering you until you listen. That's what it is. That's the choice we made. That's the agreement we made. They're going to bring those towers in and to realign you, redirect you as many times as they need to. So, I feel like I can't talk. Anyways, thank you guys. This was a great reading. It's probably because I'm tired, but I felt like the message got sent across. Anybody struggling, I love you. Comment in the chat. Let me know what you're struggling with. I'm here with you. I'm struggling too. So I love you, my beautiful Leos. Goodbye.